Nova, speak. Gummy. Set. Speak. Okay. Well, motor's about ready to go in. Painted it orange, Chevrolet orange. Don't look like that on the. I'll call you back in a minute. When it's a kid. Uh, hey, hey, Andy. Uh, motor will be ready to go back in. I gotta put the intake on it, which I'm gonna put it on it after it goes in, the front accessories and all that stuff. I let it in easier. I had to do a little to my, which I got that I-beam up there, but I have to roll the truck forward. So far it's not on a lift anymore. But with this here, I had to extend that some. I got another cherry picker. I took the holes down there that pin in and come out, they stick up in about a damn foot. I pulled them out to about 6 inches, and drilled some more holes in there so they'll hold. I took the whole arm off the other one. This arm's extending in about all the way out. Put a bolt down here, welded the nut, drilled a hole, put a nut, welded a nut around it, drilled a hole, bolt, squeezed the bolt off the it, and made this longer. And they can't come out about even. So I think that's gonna pull it. I did have that piece of uh, solid ball right there. It came off a trout. There was a center thing on the 140 trout, but hopefully I can get this thing in here now. Had to do a little modification on that. Somebody else back. I'll call you back in a little bit. But that's where we done got. I gotta take the valve covers, take the coils off them and paint them, and I'll be ready to go. I painted this, painted that silver, It was aluminum, but man, that silver goes on really smooth. Now the orange, I put prime up underneath it, but it don't hold very good. I reckon I should have put some adhesion promoter. It'll probably flake off. But it's been on this 2010 GMC Denali 6.2 that the motor's orange. So the motor's gonna be orange, the pan's gonna be orange. I might have should have painted that silver too, just for the hell of it. But the aluminum, I left the heads because of the cooling on them, left them bare. Painted a little plate here, valley plan plate. Got to get all this tape off of here, but I'm leaving here till I get it over inside the truck. Got to put my motor mouse, all that stuff back on, my crank sensor, all that stuff. But it's got new rocker arms. Took the old ones off of it, which I don't think there's nothing wrong with these. But you did have 240 some thousand miles on it, so brand new ones they go. And I called Texas Speed. I wrote this down. You go on the internet and look. Like I said, it's my very first LS motor. You get it to zero lash, and then it's supposed to be one. They want 1 1/4 turn. This has got 7.4 thousandths push rods in it, what Texas Speed sent with it. But you're supposed to get it to zero lash and 1 1/4 turn. This one 1.5 to set the preload on the lifters. This one 1.5, but I called. This one was 1.5, 1 1/4, 1.5, 1 1/4, 1 3/8, 1 1/4, 1.5, and this one was 1. This one on this side was about identical. 1.5, 1 3/4, 1 3. I mean, 1 3/8, 1 3/8, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4. Uh, Called Texas Speed, and they said to it bottoms out, because when this trunnion bottoms out, but the videos on YouTube show some of them. Uh, they do it 3 different ways. One of them is show it to it bottoms out, where you can feel you back this off, you get 0 lash on it. Of course, you got to turn the cam to where it's on the backside of the lobe. And then you tighten this down to where you have 0 lash back here, where the push rod's at. And then you tighten this down. One of them says tighten it down until you get 22 foot-pounds. That's the way I've been doing it. I actually been doing about 25 foot-pounds since I got a little bit of long socket. And I got 1.25 on this one before it clicked over to 21 foot-pounds. But if I do it by the way, these can be from 3/4 to 1.25 inch turn. So I think I'm all good in spec. I'm hoping so. I've called 3 or 4 motor shops locally, and they said yes. And man, you're gonna be fine. So if I'm wrong, it ain't like they're gonna pay for it. But Texas Speed said I was right. And another way you can do it, you can set this on 0 lash, put a dial in the counter, which I got, and set that up on the top right here, or either over here, mostly here. Set it over here and tighten it down until you get, I think 60 thousandths clearance. 60, 70 thousandths clearance, I think, was what they want. But I think we got it in right. Alright then. I'm gonna get out of here today. It's hot. Got the little fan out here running, but that ain't doing much of nothing. Doors are closed. Yeah, that's some graffiti on the door. I've let everybody in the world put graffiti on it. This one here, I gotta redo that one. These are made out of 2x4s. I gotta fix them. Hey, B Blood. I can't remember your name. But hey, it's gonna be ready to go. 6.2. I gotta figure out 2 or 3 things about it, but we'll fix that when we come to it. Hell, this motor still had the cross hatches in the cylinder walls, believe it or not. 240 some thousand miles and still had the cross hatchet in it. You won't ever get no old 350 like that. the rings expand out so much that it cuts down in that wall really good and seals off. But these don't. I read they're less tension. You can get low tension rings. I guess Chevrolet put them in it. Alright, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna see if we can find Nova's Frisbee. Where's the toy? Where's the toy? Come here, sit. How you feel? You feel rough? Real rough? How rough you feel? Alright. Come here. Sit. What's on a tree? Okay. Bark. Okay. A lot of bark on that tree. Alright. Y'all have a good day. I've seen a comment pick up. Let's see. Yeah, I've been putting synthetic oil. I've been running this CarQuest full synthetic in it, 5W30. I either run Valvoline or this. I've took apart motors that had Valvoline in it. Man, them motors will be all gunked up. I quit using Valvoline a long time ago. But these don't have a lot of detergents in them. And that's the reason the motor don't look clean. I'm thinking about switching over to something that's got a little bit more detergent in it. I don't know. I know detergents help clean the inside of the motor, but this one ain't got a whole lot of detergents, but it's got a whole lot of synthetic in it. That's the reason I've been using it. I used to use Amazon. Believe it or not, it was really good oil. After I seen that Project Ant Farm on YouTube doing a review on it, doing a little brisket test and everything, the Amazon oil showed really, really, really good. It'd be the cost of it. Hell, it was near about $5 for 4 quarts cheaper, or 5 quarts, about $4 cheaper using Amazon. But he done a test on all the oils, see if they had detergents and all kinds of stuff in them. But if it was my choice, I'd use Redline or Amsoil, but I can't afford that shit. I have 1 quart of it. It's all I could afford. But it was breaking oil. I soaked the lifters and everything in that. I think that quart of oil right there was like, which I got it from a motor shop. I think I got it for like $10 and something. But if you look it up somewhere else, it's like 15 bucks for a quart. And I use this for the cam lube. That's some thick stuff. Slimy. But alright. I gotta clean this shit up. Get everything out of the way so I can get the truck in here. But I just thought I'd do a short video on what I was doing today. I was working on a couple of ants before Amy got on. I was supposed to be out here doing all this. But I got other stuff to do too, but just don't tell her. She don't have to know. But yeah, I've been doing a few amps this morning while she wasn't here, while she was at work, but we come back out here about an hour before she came into work, and then I had to turn around and go to the chiropractor. She did too. He popped my neck, popped my shoulders, all that shit, but I don't eat. I ain't real dirty. I ain't been out here, but I was out here a little earlier. I had to take the old part off that, I was going to add these to it. This is the back feet that was on the other cherry picker. And I was going to weld them to the front. Taking wheels off fine, I'd have it where it swiveled on the front, but I said, shit, I don't want to go through all that trouble, so I pulled them out and they were stuck up in there about a damn 1.5 feet. So I pulled them out about 6-8 inches and drilled a hole through it with the drill press, stuck the pins back down through it, and I think it's going to be fine. That motor ain't going to be that heavy anyways, because it's all aluminum. That whole motor's aluminum size, you know, the crank, hard parts, crank rods, wrist pins, a few bolts, but majority of it's aluminum, believe it or not. But that motor don't weigh a lot. We get it stuck over there now. That's going to be just enough room to, where them trucks, the front bumper's a little longer than where it's supposed to be, and the motor slid back in the vehicle. You got to have this one won't quite reach. Now this, if I'd just fixed the old one I had, which it wasn't this one's a space saver. You pull these out, stick them up in that thing, and it saves space in the shop, and that's what I need, a lot of space. This is a 30 by 42 shop. But of course, I got a tractor I need to put back together. I done rebuilt the motor fit right over there. You can't see it because of that junk, but it cost the hell out of me. But I spent a little bit here, a little bit there, about $5 grand for a three-cylinder diesel for a John Deere. That the oil pump shit or gear and locked up, and the way the dash is made on this tractor, it didn't have I couldn't see the oil pressure gauge, and it locked up. That's been years ago, and took it apart. Of course, like I said, I've been working on it for 15 years now, probably longer than that. But I got the motor ready to go. I got over $5 grand in it, and then put new sleeves, pistons, used the same rods, same wrist pins. I replaced what I need to replace. New oil pump. I had the injection pump redone. Made sure it was right. I had a little skip in it before it went out. But my new tractor's, well, it ain't new, same model as that one, but this one was an 820 and the other one's an 830, which are not the putt-putt tractors. They're three-cylinder diesel, 1978 built. I think this is a 78, other than 79. But anyways, I need to get that fixed. I got a clutch left to buy. It's got it's got a two-stage clutch on it. One of the clutches is for the transmission. The other one's for the PTO, which is bullshit. It didn't work when it was new. It's supposedly the way it works is when you push the clutch down about halfway, it disengages that clutch going to the PTO shaft. So the piece of equipment behind it will stop turning, but it never worked. Kind of weird tractor. The back end's made in France. The motor was made in Germany. The gas tank and front end was made in Japan. Yeah. But thank God the motor was made in Germany. But if I ain't mistaken, that could be vice versa. But it's been a long time since I worked on it. But I got the head redone. It's sitting right now. Yeah. Yeah, the head's sitting right there. So I hadn't put the head on it yet. I thought I'd put the head on it, but evidently I didn't. But I got it greased up real good where it won't rust. It's in a plastic bag I've been about for years, but when I cleaned the shop out before I looked at it, looked really good. Gotta get my four-wheeler put back together, which it's running. I was just going to change the exhaust on it. Didn't get around to doing it before this came up. I got a muffler to put on it. I hope this muffler ain't loud. It's got the sparkle rust in it, so it shouldn't be loud. But it ought to be better than what was on it. I wrapped it would get hot up through there. So I put some wrap on it, and I had some stainless steel, made a little plate there so the wind would go through there and keep it from coming in out towards your feet. But it helped a little bit, not as much as I want. I don't know what to do about that. Other than that, everything I do, wrapped it and put a heat shield over it. So I don't know. But it's a 2012 that I've hardly even rode. I don't forget how many hours on it. It's very low. Where's the switch? It's got 139 hours and 959 miles since 2012. And it's out of fuel. Do I crank it? But yeah, it's out of fuel. Only thing's got in it's a little bit of stay built. That's a brute force 750. Yeah, that was a 400E. Yeah, 400EX. Redone the head on. I had never had nothing off of this one, other than these body panels. The back bumper, I made that back bumper back there, and the front bumper, I modified it from another four-wheeler. You can't see it, but I modified that. It's a Warren winch bumper. I modified that one so the winch would fit in it and everything. But I modified that one to go on that four-wheeler there. I think this was actually for a Yamaha or something other. But it always worked great. It fit perfect, all besides one little part. And I put some fender flares on it to stiffen up these fenders and to give it some extra, where it didn't throw mud all over you with these wide Outlaws and these 14-inch rims. Them's 28 inch Outlaws, I think, maybe 29, 28 or 29 inch Outlaws. But it's a good four-wheeler. The only problem I had with it is I had a car up on a lift here, one of my neighbors, and he was working on it, and his gas tank dripped a little gas right there, and it faded it. This ain't got that bullshit camo like the new ones has got on it. It's got the good camo. They actually got that dip tank they dip these in. It ain't all colored like that. I think it's black, and then they dip it like that. You tell from up underneath. But I keep it clean normally. Come out of here and spray it off. It ain't never been to mud. Mud ain't never been even over the center cap. I don't take my shit in the mud. Everybody else can, I'll go around it. But if I do need it, I got them Outlaws. But them's like little goats. They won't. I had some tires before them, they'd slide downhill, but this one won't. Not with them on this short footed as a little mountain goat. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Got a Bobcat to fix the front tires on. The valve core came out of this one. I gotta take the tire off there, take it out, take it in yonder and break it down, put a new valve core in it. This one, I don't know why it went flat. I ain't got no clue. Probably think I'm doing the same thing to that one. So yeah, this ain't mine, it's the next door neighbor's. My air compressor there, that's another one I got. I gotta cut this grass, so I'm gonna spray it. But I just got this air compressor here because my other one quit. That one is probably 60 years old, and the motor went bad on it. But it's a Quincy, and I didn't even know Quincy was that good of a air compressor. But evidently it's one of the top of the line. It pumps up slow, but it ain't never, the air compressor part ain't never given me no trouble. It's just this motor. And this motor was $500 and some. Well, I made sure it wasn't the starters. So them starters are still good. It's the motor that's bad. It'll run for a few minutes to get hot, cut right off. I went and got this one, but it was 3-phase. It was 3-phase. So I had to take the motor off that one, and I took it down here in this Clayton Electric. Took this down in a Clayton. Took the 3-phase down out of Clayton, and they gave me about $200 off on this one, and this one was $500. So I ended up spending $300. I got the air compressor for $300, and it didn't even look half this bad. The only thing was wrong with it, he sold it to a guy. The guy that bought it from a estate sale, and he sold it to a guy and the guy knocked that valve off. This is supposed to make the compressor start easier. It's got a little valve in there, but I've never had any trouble with it with that valve off of it. This one still works, so to give it enough so when this pump comes on, it don't put a lot of strain on it. On that, air built up in the cylinder, nothing like that. It's supposed to bleed off through these, which I can get that part to fix this one, but I don't know if I need it. Like I said, I ain't never had no trouble with it. I'm gonna take this pulley off of here and put a bigger pulley. Take the pulley off of that one, which is about an 8-inch pulley, where this one's a 4, and that'll speed this pump up some. But the only, like I said, that fell over in the back of the guy's truck, and it bent this crankshaft a little bit. If I turn it on, you can see it wobble a little bit. Ain't real bad. Ain't enough to kick the belts off, so I'm gonna leave it like it is. It costs a crap load of money to take that off. And I don't think the shaft is bent here. I think it's bent here where it fell over in the back of his truck. But like I said, I got it for a hell of a price. It's like brand new, at least it was. He said it hadn't been in the building, which it doesn't sit out in the weather. He said that the building was brand new building and went bankrupt within 3 years. So this thing is within 4 years old time, and I got no date on it nowhere. I was hoping it did. And this valve, I got me a new one of them. I got to replace that. That one only goes to 100 pounds, and then it comes off. I got a new one of them ordered. I got it in the house. I need one of these meters to check the oil pressure. This is the oil pressure, and I got a new meter for that. That was like 14 bucks. That blow valve there, the pressure valve, was I think it was $14, $15 too. But no, this one ain't old. Like I said, this is about 4 or 5 years old. And that one's old. That one's really old. But that thing's been real good. I can't complain. I bought it from a guy for $100. For $100. His daddy died. And of course the boy didn't use no shop. And it had a hole in the bottom of it. Yeah, vertical one. I'm thinking about making that in vertical, but I'm gonna make a bigger shed, probably, and just leave it horizontal. Might add this tank to it. Might add that pump to it too. Get another motor, have 2 pumps on that one. So I'll just spread it out. Put a pump on this side, pump on that side, or maybe run both of them off the same motor. I don't know. It might run it like that. The only bad thing about it is slow about pumping up and not high speed. Low RPM motors. The other pump I had before this one was a pretty good pump. It didn't last about 5 years, but it would pump up fast. But these pump up slow, but they're very reliable. And then again, if I need a part, I got some of them on here, like that part. I can take it off this one and put it over on that one. So hell, the oil still checks good in that one. That thing's good. Been good. Last time I seen it run, even though it looks kind of messed up, that thing was putting out about 20 pounds of oil pressure. But it's pretty good. We're gonna get out of here. I kept saying that, but yeah, I've been collecting little pancake tanks too. Ain't no but a bunch of shit around here, but that's the way it is around the shop. All right then, later.
I thought you was interested.